My name's Asher. I am from Michigan. Universal health care. I think that's very much something that people in the restaurant industry should deserve, no matter the status of their employment. Uh, you are on your feet. You are doing so much physical work that you develop back pain, leg pain, feet pain. You're around customers, so you're exposed to sickness. Having adequate health care would be, I think, a game changer for a lot of these employees and provide a lot of safety for them. I would also like to see an emphasis on mental health and resources for addiction in particular. Another thing is paid sick leave, kind of tying into the healthcare. I think this would be great for people who work in restaurants because, you know, the physical demands. I've worked front of the house and back of the house. There's a lot. You're on your feet walking around, like I said, for long hours. Sometimes you just wake up and your back is just killing you, where you can hardly stand for longer than 10 minutes. That you do need a day just to relax. Um, Working in front of the house, you're naturally around, like I said, customers who also may be sick. You're touching their dirty plates when you're busting their tables. That you chances are you're gonna get sick, and oftentimes the response by management is just, "Well, do you have someone to cover your shift? Are you still coming in?" Because there is that expected kind of nature of like, well, you're sick, but as long as you got a pulse and you're breathing, come on in because no one can cover for you and we need you. And that runs the risk of you just not getting any better. That runs the risk of you getting other people sick. Uh, so, and oftentimes people will still come in sick to work because they just need the money. And then I think the last thing too that I think needs to be changed, maybe less of a legislative kind of thing from the government, but is just overall morale and respect. I think we kind of got in this kind of groove of calling these people low skilled and uneducated and disposable, that the respect for them has diminished a lot. And even from management in particular, they can talk about how they're a family and a team, but really at the end of the day, I've worked in these places, they don't really care that much sometimes. And they treat you like crap. Where to the point, I think it almost bullies them into these workers and feeling like they don't have a voice. We see a lot of, we being people who work in restaurants, a lot of unethical behavior. We see things like harassment, whether verbal or even sexual harassment. We see just bad practices, um, and we just don't really do things because we just kind of, again, just think that's normal restaurant industry kind of behavior. But I think that there needs to be a reevaluation and educating the actual employees about their rights as a worker, that they should most definitely have the resources to file complaints, or say, hey, this has been going on and this needs to uh, be acted upon, but also not just know who to report to, but understanding that they are protected, that if they do such a thing, they should not be punished for it. They should not have hours cut or fired or pay deductions, nothing like that. That they are legally protected under law to act upon things that they see are not fair or harassment, and they shouldn't have to worry about their jobs being in jeopardy or have any negative impacts on it. So that's one thing that I think needs to be reinforced, is just creating an entirely different approach to these workers and how they're treated, just from a sheer respect standpoint, and educating them on their actual rights as an employee, and not just you're here to do a job.